Doesn't matter what he brings to the table, it'll never be good enough to beat me, ever. Because no matter how we want to chip it up, a Mini Cooper can never beat a Ferrari in a race. And that's the difference in me and Deontay Wilder.
Well, I think Malik Scott thinks he's got a Ferrari. Obviously, he's training him, and he says that this time he'll knock you out in 5 rounds. He says that he's been watching your fights and you look vulnerable in all your fights. What sort of response to that?
You know, I am a very vulnerable fighter. I've been put down in the past on a few occasions. Wilder even put me down twice before. Steve Cunningham, a blown up cruiserweight, couldn't even punch his way out of a paper bag, and Nevin Pajcek wasn't a known puncher. So it's not exactly as I'm invincible. And I have been known to be vulnerable. I look vulnerable, but you know, I'm still undefeated after 13 years. So vulnerable or not, there must be something about me which makes me the best of my era and the best fighter that's ever lived. And we was only speaking about this today, me and Sugar, like you got Muhammad Ali, he had his superior footwork that made him special. You got like Mike Tyson, he had that speed and that power, the turn and twists. Then you had like Lennox Lewis, he had his hulking strength and guts, like to go forward and aggression. Then you had Vladimir Klitschko, who had all this awkwardness because of his size. Now, if you roll all of them up into one, that makes me. They had all of them one asset. Each one had footwork, one had speed, one had size, one had courageousness. But if you put it all into one, Tyson Fury pops out. So there's no way that any of these guys can ever beat me. There's always a puncher chance in the heavyweight division, but as I've proved in the past, it's pretty hard to nail me down and keep me there. And that's why I will go down as the best fighter that's ever been, because there's never been anyone at 6'9" tall who could do everything, coming from every angle. It's not even possible. I don't think it's even humanly ethical that this should be able to work.